and welcome to the Pursuit of Healthiness Podcast. I'm your host, Chrisandra van Delft. I'm a health and mindset coach, entrepreneur, spaghetti and ice cream lover, and a cat mom. I love conversations that are on a more raw and deeper level. So today's special guest is Chrisandra. She's a graphic designer, tattoo artist from Ohio, and I'm lucky enough to call her my friend. We've known each other for 3 or 4 years, and we met online via a fitness group from as she binds. And we keep each other accountable, we support each other, and it's been so fun to see how she's been growing in those years. So she's going to share her story, how she quit her job to pursue her dream job. This interview will contain some graphic content. We are going to talk about suicide and rape. So if this is a trigger for you, don't listen to this or listen it with someone that you trust. So let's get to it. Okay, so welcome to today's episode. We have Chrisandra today. Hello, Chrisandra. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. So tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi. So I'm a tattoo artist in like an hour south of Columbus, Ohio. It's a big world, so I'll just name Ohio.
Yeah.
So I just tattoo. I'm an artist. I've been tattooing for a year now. And before that, I was a graphic artist, and then I owned a ceramic shop for 3 years. So It has progressed in tattooing.
Why did you start tattooing?
So I was getting married, and my husband, I didn't like my graphic art job at all. And my husband was like, you should find something that you love. And I was like, I don't know what that is. So we had 6 months until the wedding, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to quit my job. And he gave me the idea to start tattooing, and I'm like, why not? And I just fell in love.
Yeah, I've seen pieces and you're doing amazing.
Oh, thank you so much.
I love everything that you make, even though some are, of course, the customers' ideas, but still, you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you. It means a lot. I love it. It's like, I guess like I thought I would love it, but I didn't know how much I would love it, if that makes sense, because I didn't know what to expect from anything.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine, like, some things you just don't know how they fit with you until you actually do them.
Yeah. Well, in the first 3 months, like, you're not even tattooing. So it's like, I don't know what to expect, like month 4 going into it, and you're finally tattooing. And I don't know. It's a crazy road, that's for sure.
Yeah, but how does it go? Like, you're not starting to tattooing on humans immediately, I think, right? Like, how is that process?
So my first tattoo was on it's like a silicone hand. It was weird. And then after that, I tattooed my boss.
Oh my God. So was it turned out great or not?
I mean, honestly, for my first one, I was quite impressed. But now looking back, I'm like, man, my flowers have grown so much.
It's good to grow in whatever you do, right? I mean, nobody starts off perfectly.
Oh yeah, for sure. I was thinking the other day, like, just how insane, like how much I've grown in just a year doing it. And it'll be really cool to see the next 5 years and 10 years and, compare from that very first tattoo that I did.
Yeah. But you've been a graphic artist before, but
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you like it? What was the thing that made you stop doing it?
I feel like the main thing was that it was just so commercial. Like, we were doing designs for like really large companies. They weren't personalized to anyone necessarily. It was t-shirts and banners, like logos, and like, that is not what I like.
No. So you're just pursuing now what you love.
What?
You're pursuing what you love to do right now.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Weren't you scared to quit your job?
Oh my gosh.
For the tattoo job?
Yes, like I remember, so I had my friend drive me to the tattoo shop that I wanted to apprentice in, And I was freaking out. Like the entire time I was so nervous. Like I was shaking. I was terrified. I already quit my job. It was already like, because I put in a 2 weeks notice. So my 2 weeks notice was already up. Like I had nowhere to go. And I was just like, okay, this better work out because I have no So yeah, I remember him asking me, he asked me a bunch of questions when he was interviewing me, and he was like, "Are you gonna cry on me?" I'm like, "No, I'm just terrified."
But it turned out to be great, right? I mean, you have a job now, you finish your apprenticeship, and
Yep,
you're tattooing full time now.
yep, full time, Tuesday through Saturday. It's awesome. Yeah.
Cool. Cool. Well, I have another question for you, and it's a little bit deep because you are into the art, and I know because I come from a really creative side as well. I've been to the art academic and stuff like that. So I know how people can think about art, and a lot of people have asked me like, what's the purpose of certain paintings, especially the abstract paintings and just art in
Mhm.
general. So what do you think is the purpose of art in society?
I feel like it's either to like tell a message to someone else or maybe like a reminder for someone, like for themselves. Like I notice with tattooing, I always get people that are like, I went through, this thing and I really want a tattoo to either talk about it or maybe like show how strong they are because of what they went through.
Mm-hmm.
And um, I kind of get I'm like getting choked up right now because literally like I've heard so many horrible stories and I just feel for them. And it is like so deep. Some days are like really, really hard just to hear all those stories of
Really?
um like what people have gone through, and it makes me feel very blessed about myself and all the people that I know. But sorry, I'm getting like choked up right now.
It's
I
okay.
think of I have so many clients who've gone through so many different things, and I never imagined that would be part of the job and in part of the art world, um,
Yeah.
because I never understood that. Like, I feel like before, like maybe even 5 years ago when I was doing artwork, because it was for commercial artwork, it was to sell something.
Yeah.
And then now I look at the art world and it really is like it's telling a story.
Oh, that's beautiful. I never thought about it that way. Like, of course, I just got my first tattoo like a couple of weeks ago. And there's a story behind it as well, but I never thought about it, how it is for you as a tattoo artist, how you deal with that. Like, my story isn't that drastic or that impactful, but I can imagine that some people have a lost family or friends or something else, or maybe a child. I
Yeah.
think that could be really hard. Yeah.
Yeah. And a lot of it is, and I don't know how deep I can go, but
You can go
rape.
as deep as you want.
Okay. Like rape or suicide awareness, or
Really.
they were struggling with that, or someone that they know was. And just hearing all those stories is like, it's so hard.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. That is really hard. But my question, yeah, I cannot ask you that, but if you get raped, what kind of tattoo is that? Like, how is that a way of for them to process their experience, or what? Yeah, what kind of tattoo?
I think some people are looking for it to either like kind of say that they're different now or stronger now, or um, I feel like that's really the main one, or just that they're a fighter, like there's lots of like more confident words that people
Yeah.
pick. I know the semicolon isn't necessarily for rape because it's not, it's more of the suicide. However, I have had some rape victims get the semicolon tattoo, and they're just like, you know, my life still goes on. That's only part of the story. But honestly, like a lot of them are like decorative pieces, floral kind of stuff. And then with like some kind of really powerful word that they feel like it could be a reminder to them to like push through, you know, even the hard times.
Yeah, it's something beautiful. But despite, I mean, all those tattoos, I think you also have a lot of fun and beautiful tattoos that you can make and stories that you hear.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's some fun ones, you know, just like fun matching friend tattoos, or like I love this childhood book. I've had a couple of those people. They're coming up that they bring a book to me and they're like, I love this book, please make something. So those are fun. Or just like I love doing flowers, like way too.
I see you drawing flowers all the time.
They're like, I don't know what I want. I'm like, you need flowers.
Well, I don't want a flower, so if I would ask you to do that sometime, then no flowers. What is the most, well, no, I want to ask you something else. My head is all going around, but when people get a tattoo, sometimes they do it also because they want to be different, because they are an individual. But how many of the same type of tattoos are you making? Like really, like I know a lot of people think they are different, but are we that different, or are we basically the same and want the same?
Can I say like what I tattoo the most? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
So right now, probably butterflies.
Butterflies? Really?
Butterflies. Like, I'm not even kidding you. Last week, I probably had like 20 butterflies.
Really? Wow. So not flowers, but butterflies.
Butterflies.
Yeah.
Granted, they're like different styles, so like, you know, it's fine. But
yeah. Okay, funny. As we are talking about the tattoo industry, I mean, I know it's mostly a man's world. Like a lot of guys are in that world and not many females. I know Kat from D, of course, but I don't know many others. Like, how is it to be in that industry as a woman? Do you get catcalled a lot, or, you know?
I have heard some interesting things. I feel like the longer you're in it, the more, like, the easier it is to, like, shut people down really fast. Like, no, that's not why I'm here. I'm literally tattooing you and putting art on you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is definitely some of that, and it gets awkward sometimes.
Really?
But,
like what? In what kind of situations?
like sometimes guys, because I am married, so obviously I'm not gonna, like, when you come in my booth, I'm not gonna be like, hi, I'm Chrisandra, I'm married.
Yeah, no.
So weird. But I will have some people and they're like, you know, trying to like ask questions, and they're trying to like dance around the bush, like, oh, are you single? And I'm like, I'm married.
You know what I love to do when I'm at my job? I love to show my engagement ring. Like, no, I'm taken.
Yeah. My boss actually was like, how funny would it be if you put like your wedding ring over top of your gloves? Obviously, we can't do that, but it would be hilarious.
Yeah, but when it comes to colleagues or something like that, do you see a difference that they treat you differently than the other guys, or?
I'm definitely not one of the guys per se. I don't think I'll ever be in that group just because I'm a woman, and you know that's how it is. But I do notice like some of the guys will show the other one like a super cool piece of artwork, and they'll be like, oh, that's so cool. And then I'll show them something that I think kicked butt, and they're like, good job, Chris.
Okay, so
Okay, bye.
That's a shame. But do you feel discriminated in that industry or not so much? Or do you see that people, like, for example, clients, do they prefer you because you are a woman, or you don't see a difference?
So I would say with my female clients that makes a huge difference that I am a female, especially in like awkward, like under boob tattoos or hip tattoos. They're a lot more comfortable with me, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But on the opposite side with guys, like I'm a little more uncomfortable with tattooing guys. And I don't know, maybe that's something that I would get used to the longer that I'm in it.
Yeah.
Does that kind of answer it?
Yeah. I have a question. I don't know if you want to answer it, but what is your most like intimate tattoo you've done? Do you even do intimate tattoos?
Like where it was located?
Yeah.
I have I've tattooed butts, I guess, is like the most like crazy thing right now.
Yeah.
Like tattooed like really close to guy nipples, and they're like, you could just tattoo on top, and I'm like, you're not gonna like that. And then I'll get like an inch from it, and they're like, yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, nipples are sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's fun. I mean, how do you feel when you do that? When you are tattooing someone's butt and it's hairy or something? I don't know. I cannot I cannot imagine, yeah. Do you have to
Well,
shave it or
I do hairy butts. That's for sure. That's hilarious. I don't know. I feel like to a certain extent, like, because I've been doing it for a while. So like you kind of get used to those things, and it's just like just another day,
yeah.
But in the beginning, I was like so terrified to like be in the room with people and they're like be clothed. So in the beginning, I sat in my boss's room and kind of like watched how he was like interacting with people. And I feel like that helped me a lot, like figure out how to navigate all that, because
Yeah.
it is your client, especially if they don't know you. And, for me, I have to be super confident and know that I'm going to, do a really good job for you.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
exactly.
I've had the butt tattoos. The most awkward thing that anyone has ever said to me, though, was it's not like close enough to the middle of the butt. And I'm like,
Oh my
oh,
God. So
it is actually there.
oh, I cannot imagine how your days are. No.
It's a good time.
Are you working long days? Is it a hard job, or do you see it as something fun?
So I definitely see it as something fun. However, like I never really thought about how much it would impact my body. Like my back is in like constant pain. And when people
Really?
ask about it, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. Like I'm just used to it, which I am, but some days are a lot harder than others. My finger is like, you see that? It's crooked.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that from tattooing?
That's from tattooing, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And this nail bed, I don't know if you can see this. Look at that.
Yeah, there's like a little bump.
Yeah. And then my
Yeah.
hand is like completely collapsed. It's like a problem. I don't know what'll happen if it gets worse, but we'll
No.
see.
Okay, so your health is it a priority right now or not so much? How do you
So
do it?
I've been going to the gym honestly more than I did in the beginning, because I see how much my muscles are being used, and it is like it hurts so bad, like my arms and sitting in awkward positions and stuff. Now my food, because of my long hours, is so hard for me. Like in the mornings, I'll just grab a coffee, and then for lunch, I'm like, I don't know, whatever, you feed me. And then my husband is sorry, it's my dog.
Okay.
And then for dinner, my husband is really awesome, and if he didn't cook me food, I don't know if I would ever eat.
Really? Is it that bad? So how do you juggle it everything? Like your job, you're making long hours and you just go
um
with the flow, or you're trying to prep a meal or something, or
um kind of just go with the flow. I really want to get into some sort of routine, and I mean, I have definitely set hours of working, but sometimes I'll be held over for like 2 hours, so
yeah.
then kind of all thrown off again. So it depends on the week. Some weeks are just going to be better than others for food and for working out. Because, like, if I am late at work, I do not want to go work out. I'm dying.
Oh, I know that feeling. Yeah, I have to do it in the morning, first thing in the morning, because if I'm planning on, no, I will do it later, I'm not going to do it later.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. No. One of the last questions I want to ask you, because you've quit your job even before you even had another one. So you pursued your dream, if I can say it. Like, what do you want to say to the listeners about that? Like, what is your tip on if people over here are listening that they are thinking about quitting their job to go after what they want? What is your advice for them?
I feel like for me, I couldn't have just one toe in the water. I had to be all in. Like, there was no way for me to just like continue my graphic art job and then, carry on as an apprentice 30 hours a week with my 40-hour-a-week, graphic art job. Too much. And I had to have my 45 hours of apprenticing. You know what I mean? Like, I had to be all in, and I gave myself the deadline of 6 months. So when I quit my job, it was 6 months until my wedding. And I said that if I don't figure it out, I'm just going to go back to college and figure it out there. So instead I was like, it's the deadline. I'm obviously stressing myself out, but I just have to do it. And I have to, or I'm not going to do it. Like, I am just going to keep pushing it back, and I'm going to stay unhappy. And I just didn't feel like that was fair for me or my husband to see myself, upset every didn't love what I did.
Yeah. So you're just saying, like, set a deadline, plan it, and really hold you to the deadline. Otherwise, just get it out of your head or find another way.
Yep. And then, like, with my deadline, it was, if I don't do this now, I don't get another chance. And maybe that was so dramatic, but it was like, I'm going to go to college and do something that I don't like. And that was like my motivation to really hit it home and like do what I wanted to do, because I didn't want to be in college. Go do something with math or whatever. Like, that's not.
Yeah. So portraying the life that you could have to what it could be if you're not pursuing your dream. Yeah.
It was for sure my biggest motivator, which maybe not motivating for people, but that was like, I had to do it. I had to be all in, and I mean, it worked out.
Yeah, you were doing amazing. So if people want to see your art, where can they find you?
Yeah, so they can find me on Instagram. I'm art by _ Chrisandra _ and I'll spell that because my name is like 30 letters long.
I'll leave it in the description box so people can see it.
But it's art by _ CHRISANDRA _ POLACEK. And if people, even if they just have any messages about maybe like what kind of tattoo artist they should be looking for if they're not from Ohio or whatever, like, I can totally give you pointers and help you, because it is a big decision. It's permanent.
It is.
It is so important that you get it right the first time.
Yeah. And I just want to say you helped me a lot with my tattoo, because apparently I had an allergic reaction to my tattoo, and you helped me a lot. It's all fine. I don't know if you cannot see it. Yeah. It looks really good right now. It's just all normal. So thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes. And thank you so much for this conversation. I really enjoyed talking to you and learning more about the tattoo world, because I never thought about seeing it that way, especially the stories you get to hear from those people. It's like you're a therapist, but then making them feel uncomfortable and have them feel.
Something like that.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much. And I'll leave all your details in the description box so people can find you and ask you any questions that they have.
Awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'll see you later.
See you. Bye.